Alright! Speedchuck here, playing Platform Adventure, and yeah, I'm having to use screen capture because sometimes games just don't want to work with non-game capture. As you can see, it's by Neps, and it's the first game that I have been actually requested to play. And so I am going to do that right now. What you're seeing is what the game looks like on my screen, and hello. Alright. So I'm the circle, and I can collect the things that are not me. Press down to make a save, I think, on the S point. Graphics are very, very, very simple, obviously. I think I was asked to do this because the creator was looking into upgrading it. I like that the money gravitates towards me, or whatever it is, gravitates more towards me. That's a good thing. I can see, I was also told that it's similar to an Untitled Story, and I suppose I can see that in the presentation the way that it is, because I'm just exploring right now. I don't know if there's any use for the things that I'm collecting. Do I not? Okay, I do not have double jump as far as I know. And I can run around. I can still save at those save spots, but since I haven't run into anything that can kill me yet, I'm not sure if there's any point to that. Is there a map? No, there's not. Not an M, anyways. There might be a map, and I just don't know about it. What do we got? We got... That jump's a little difficult. So, as a fair note, jumps like that are kind of annoying. Alright. This music sounds really familiar. I don't know whether it's ripped off of something or whether it just follows something similar to things that I've heard before. The rest of the musics that are in this game are not really all that familiar to me. So I'm underground now. Right here, when I go into here, I get caught on the edge there, so that transition can be done a little bit better because the way this is circle. Well, actually, I'm not sure how I got caught on the edge there because the collisions seem to be done correctly. So there's another way that I can get back up to the white surface. Right now, I'm sort of in an underground area, it seems. I'm not sure if there's any general direction I'm supposed to be going. Into these enemies? Can't tell. Alright. They don't hurt me. I'm assuming maybe they're NPCs. So far there's not much to the game aside from just going around and collecting stuff. What is here works, I guess, but I need a certain amount of those things to pass the door, maybe? These guys have glitched out. Good job, guys. I'd prefer to be able to scale the game up to my size of screen as opposed to having it like this. As, that would be really nice. I'm assuming that there's more to this game than I've run into so far, so I'm going to keep exploring. What's down here? More cave mazes. The environments would look much better if they had a smooth background kind of thing drawn over them as opposed to just being blank blocks. Well, the graphics just need to be graphics instead of just being this. This isn't really what I would define as graphics. I'm going to keep going down. Leads me to more of these things. I don't even know if there's a... Is there a way to... Oh, that's not good. I'm guessing this means load game. Yes, that is exactly what it means. Okay, so I can save and load my game, which is a nice feature, although the music stops completely when you do that. I'm not sure what I'd be collecting those for. 31 out of 100 of those, and 1 out of 9 keys. There is a sort of map. Music's back because I went to an area I hadn't been in. got a few comments about this, but other than this game so far. But right now, I'm just kind of coolly watching and waiting to see if anything else happens that changes my mind about it. Alright, I'll go ahead and say so far what I've run into. The game has very little gameplay in it, so it gets old quickly. If you look at games that this is clearly trying to emulate, such as an Untitled Story or Seekless, mostly an Untitled Story because it's the one that I know a lot about, there is a constant stream of upgrades, new explorations, like new elements, new enemies, constant elements that involve new enemies, new areas, things like that. All this has is color and music so far, and apparently I need to collect every single one of these little dots, which is a bit too much of a collectathon kind of thing. If you want to do a game with collectibles, the collectibles need to be of varying importance and of varying availability. If something you need a lot of, it should be strewn everywhere and not hard to get. If you have items that you need only a few of, then you can put a few of them in more hard to find locations. The correct way to do a collectathon is basically just Banjo-Kazooie in a nutshell. You have the jigsaw pieces, which are pretty difficult to get, that are in various places, and yeah, you got the sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second there. You've got the difficult to find jigsaw pieces, which you only need 10 of in each world total. You've got the notes, which almost just outline paths for you to get to where you need to go. They're just generally everywhere. You've got honeycomb pieces, which drop sometimes when you defeat enemies or things like that. You've got new honeycomb pieces, which extend your health, and those are really hard to find, but not as important as anything else that you will be finding. There are a lot of different collectibles in that game, and it's a really interesting way to do things. But in general, if you look back at an Untitled Story, there weren't that many collectibles aside from money, and the money systems in that game were not one of the game's strong points, anyways. So that's not something I would look at. But it had a more interesting way of going about doing things. You collected abilities, and those abilities helped you get places, kind of like a Metroid game. And that's more interesting. This is a more interesting place. Though, it's quite clear to me I went in from the wrong area, I think. As I said earlier, there may be more to this game than meets the eye. Alright. Alright. I don't know what the puzzle is here. I do know I need that key down there. So that's probably the most interesting element of the game I've run into so far, and that's a problem, but it's also a solution. If I recall correctly, in an Untitled Story, the first thing you do is go to your right. You find a cave, you fight a boss. You go to the left, you find a cave, another different kind of cave, you fight another boss there. Each boss has its own different kind of mechanics. Along the way, you find very interesting backdrops, which this game does not have. Very interesting backdrops are not an element of this game as of yet. But the game has very interesting backdrops and exploration, and you run into different kinds of enemies and things of that nature. What's up this way? Oh. This is where I came in, maybe? So this is the darkest underground place. I like the way that the shadows work, in that they pop the squares around me into existence, as opposed to just unveiling a certain amount of them. I mean, either method would be easy to do, but this one's more aesthetically interesting. To have the squares just kind of pop into place instead of a slow reveal over them. Alright, let's see what I got so far. 76 of 100 and 1 of 9 keys. That's not very encouraging. Here's a key. Let's see if I can just walk over to it. That's cool. The music in the game is not bad by any means. 89 of 100. I'm getting somewhere. But let's take a good look, see at what's going on out here. No, not there. There. 10 minutes into the game. Alright, that's not as far as I thought I was into the game. 10 minutes into the game, and I am playing along almost mindlessly. But the game hasn't rutted me with all that many intriguing pieces to put together yet. If I look at the puzzle, the one puzzle I've run into so far, I probably need to look into that some more. As it is. I also need to find my way out of here. So let's look at the back of that map again. You can press spacebar to go to this map. Now that's very interesting. I've got a little marker that says where I am as well as where everything else is. So, I apologize for not talking too much, but there's not much going on at the moment in this game. But that's the thing. He polished this game out with some good graphics, and then I'd also probably be more of a fan of it if there was more gameplay than just moving and jumping like this. Maybe some variability to the movement. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I know I unlocked the door a little bit ago. Yellow. Doesn't make any sense to me, quite. But I'll move on. Unless... no. If I could use the 4 colors from the map or something like that to figure out what I'm doing, that would be fine, but I don't see really any way for me to do that. Slopes would be nice. Having to jump constantly is not a good idea. Again, I fell into the ground there. Had to jump to get out of that. It's not a game-breaking bug or anything, but it slows down my movement quite considerably. Here's some more of those little things that I need to get. I think I've gotten these already. I just didn't keep them because I accidentally exited the game, which is a problem in and of itself. Escape should not immediately execute the game. It should just offer you an exit for a game that's going to be any length of game anyways. So this way. Skip there. What we have here is very simply the beginnings of a game. The game clearly needs artwork, more sound design, more gameplay, especially, and more notable environments. And to get through this, I need 4 more little pieces. Unfortunately, I haven't exactly obsessively, so I probably have some left near the start of the game. The game does not require me to play with more than one hand at any point. I I can't say that's the thing or a bad way the game is. But if you want to put more gameplay in there, you've got entire extra hands to add. I could be shooting at things. I could be working at things. See, the thing is, there are two types of platformer. And I told about this recently. There are two varieties of platformer, and games fall on a scale between the two. There's two varieties of platformer. I found this is actually the coolest thing so far. Oh wow, this is cool. The two varieties are action-based and ooh. Hey, that's gonna be an aggravating thing. The two types are basically skill-based kind of fast-paced platformer, and the other kind is a casual, collectively based possibly. I don't know how to describe them. But thank goodness, variable jumping. But there are platform games more on mechanics as far as unique mechanics. And for example, in Untitled Story, I shot is one of such mechanics. You can't use it quickly, and it's not really intuitive. It's there, and you can use it. Now the wall jumping that is in certain games is a different part of that kind is a different type of game. Let's see what I have now. That's probably the most interesting thing I've run into so far. Unfortunately, it was not to last. Let me get back on track. Skill-based games. Super Meat Boy, some of the older Mario games. More on your acceleration, your running, your fluid movement, maybe wall jumping, level difficulty design. Then you have your fun-based games such as Banjo-Kazooie or that, and those games basically it's just the unique things that you're doing that make like smashing turtles to make them play. It's always the first example from Banjo-Kazooie. It's not a platforming challenge. It's a memory, and it checks to see whether you can remember things really interesting and fun. And you never know what you're going to do next in Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo 2. But with the Mario games, you always don't challenge. You're going to be platforming. And with Super Meat Boy, you're going to be dodging, platform. That's all you do. That's all there is to do. Alright, I'm going to head back in here and see if this thing. What is this? Alright, let's assume the answer to the puzzle, and then all pink. Or all purple, depending on which way you want to do that. And we'll see if that answer takes me stuck in the ground again. Alright. Blue, and then all purple. I could write that down, but I won't. Oh no, those are the last four. I need to go back up there. Okay. The last four will wisdom order, and I'm going to head up there and get that. Ow. Precision-based platforming is not really what I would consider good practice for games that don't have acceleration left and right, honestly. Because I don't feel like I have all the control that I need to get over there without being super careful. The game down. It's not quite a mesh for this type of game. In my opinion, of course. My holy opinion. That's generally the easiest way to do things like that. So I think that's every single one of the dots. Now I have keys to get. The second part of the game where I'm getting my keys might be more interesting. Looks like most of the area that I do into with respect to what I've been doing. And have found all of the little circles, not the keys yet. I don't see anything else around here that can lead me to the all-important keys either. I hope the game's not unfinished when it comes to the keys. Let's see if it's what I was here. No, it's not good. I have a bad memory when it comes to maps and things.
things that an untitled story does right. It gives you a lot of upgrades. It gives you a lot of areas. This does the same, but not graphically and aesthetically interesting enough to use different areas. I can just rate the areas by music if I wanted to. And that's not a good story. No, it was MIDI music. It worked really well to give you a sense of where you are and what you were doing. The game had a story. This game had easy to give a character or story to it. That would be really making the game interesting. This is blue. I need pink on this. But this one down there doesn't have anything there. All right, I guess I shall go through the gate of no return on the other end of the It's going to take a while to get to because I don't believe you can save points in this map. And there's a reason the story allowed you to do that. It was a very important feature. The movement could be more interesting. There's nothing wrong with the platform engine is used here. But the movement could be a lot more interesting if... Where am I? Alright, I need to go up and over. The movement could be much more if say variable sides. If I had variable jump, if it had variable sides, that would be helpful. If it had double jumping, if it had wall jumping, any kind of projectiles, anything I can interact with at all, aside from jumping up and down on the same platform. So far, there's been no challenge and no way to die, really. In any point part of this game. I'll be very surprised if we're into a boss battle or into the end of the game. I'm not sure what these dots are supposed to be still. That door is now. That'll be helpful. Let's see what's down here. Are these enemies? They're just moving platforms. What is going on? We'll move through here and find out. Alright, so the squares are enslaving all of the dots, I suppose. I don't know why the particle effect exists either. It makes it a lot more interesting. They're moving platforms. Let's see how well those work. All right, I do stay on them as they move. That's a good thing. Oh no. That was random. Some kind of graphical cues to when things turn around would be nice. Like here, you can tell when it's going to turn around. It's the other one. Here. It's not possible to tell at all. All right. Simple enough. Oh wow! I almost died there. Died. Fell down, and then died. Of frustration. All right, this is somewhat more interesting. Music seems like a little bit. Just the audio track changing. If it's not, then I have music design in this game because they made it seamlessly work. All right. These are actual platforming challenges. I prefer dying at the bottom and then being relocated to the top. Than having to go all the way back, punishing me. Ooh, I like this music. The background actually accentuates that nicely. If the background had anything to do with the squares that are here, that would be pretty cool. I like the idea that sparks going up, flames, things. Ooh, what's this? I have no idea what's going on here. I feel like the particles are avoiding the ground that I'm looking at. But it's hard to see that. Or at least they're not showing. Particles are not showing to that part. This is actually pretty interesting. I appreciate the interestingness of this. Okay. It could be a little bit more well defined. I would appreciate that too. All right. So we're back here. It's a voice very creepily saying this is part of the music. But yes, I was right about the music. It was not the sound design that was amazing. It was just the music getting more naturally frenetic, interesting. There's a block there appearing on the wall. I'm not sure why, what the purpose is. Sparks are gone. I missed them. Oh no. Alright. What? He gave me a key? Oh. Okay. Now I have 4 of 9 keys. I'll have to go back to the other thing to see if it's to where I can use it yet. Otherwise, probably be the whole video. That would be kind of unfortunate. So yeah, the game shows promise, right? Like especially that area down there. The rest of the game was interesting as that last area was, because then it would actually be right now. Otherwise, the game needs a lot more work because it just doesn't have much going on as far as gameplay or graphics, but mostly gameplay about here. Also, I was just given a key for almost no reason. I really appreciate some sort of story or aesthetic, style, world, things like that are really important to this game. I have no idea why I went all the way up to the very surface. I know for a fact, based on my previous thing, that the puzzle that I'm trying to solve is much lower. I'm not sure why I did that. So frankly, pretty sure I'm this done. I only have 4 out of 9 keys that I need. This is not the right place. Either sure, yes. I'm very bad around this world because for one, it doesn't have any landmarks. I can still remember most of the title story charts off the top of my head. Why? Because it's the place. This is the place that big statue. The cloud run over it. There's the cave to the right, the first boss in it. There's the ices and places like that. To the left, the eye boss. There's the sun. The sun is a very important. It's over there. Step down here. Where am I?
Alright, I was wrong.
Say where you are.
I'm gonna go over this way.
Regardless. See what happens. At the very least, I can go up there. So it's not too big of a deal. Alright, this looks like the correct place. I know I opened that door somehow, but I'm not sure how to do it now. First get down here. I feel like I opened that door. I can do very interesting with all of these in the way that I switch, but I'm not sure how to get past this. To get down to that thing down there, or to get out of this corner here. So anyways, game needs a lot of work. Graphical work. Game needs some kind of interesting quirk to it. It needs its own identity. Right now, all it is dots and squares. It's not the bottom area. The bottom area was really neat. The game needs more gameplay, power-ups, interesting locations, things you can talk to. The game could have a lot of purpose and character. That's really just what it needs. I don't really like the gameplay hook. Collect all of those 100 bits or whatever they are, because too much time. The world was not great enough. The game needs more design, more challenge, more graphics. But it's not a bad start necessarily. Not a bad start at all. If I use these maps, put more interesting endings into the maps you already have. So without further comments, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say. Platform adventure by RegNap, and it can use some work, but it's still promise. I wouldn't mind this being a full game at all. And